We have another comparison for you, folks. What are we comparing today? The Baratza Sette, new on the market, with the Eureka Mignon. This is Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear, and these are a couple of grinders that kind of fall in the same category because of price point mostly. And we're going to go over the features that are alike and the features that are not alike so that you can just see what the differences are. Okay, we have 8 ounces of beans here in the hopper that we can hold, 10 ounces over here. The burr set on this is 40 millimeter, and they're both steel. And this one is 50 millimeter. So bigger burrs, smaller hopper, smaller burrs, bigger hopper. You following me here? So what else is different or alike about them? This is an infinite, this is a stepless grinder right here. And it also has a timer over here. This has a partial stepless, the Sette, and part of it is stepped. I'll go over that in a minute, and it also has a timer. The timer on this goes from everything from 4 seconds up to 15 seconds. As you can see, it's just a pointer. You're not going to know exactly where you are until you try it and time it. So do that, and we're going to take it down to the bottom. And then when you get it where you want it, push it in, gets it out of the way so it doesn't get bumped. And this is a button that lets you do either manual, like that, or if you push it in, it's going to do the timing that you have set over here. On-off button right here. Nice compact machine, nice looking. Bean hopper has a gate valve on it here so that you can push it in, shut it off, take the beans out, dump them, do whatever you want to do, put it back on. The Sette has that as well. This has a portafilter holder right here that comes on and off, and it has 2 positions, a lower and an upper. I would say that's not a lot of adjustment, but it fits most portafilters. I've been playing around with it a little bit, fits most of them. So let's move over to the Sette, and what do we have that's a little bit different? The timing button on the Eureka is nothing but a kind of a hash mark kind of a thing. On this machine, it's actual seconds. And you can do everything from 0 up to 99 seconds. So that's quite a range. You could grind a lot. And this comes with a plastic container, which we just don't happen to have here right now, so that you can grind down into it. Has 3 programmable buttons right over here. So you can set, like I have this set right now for 4.1, and that's going to actually dispense about 17 grams down into a portafilter at 4.1 seconds. This one, to do the same thing, would take about 20 seconds. This machine is extremely fast. I think one of the ways, and I would have to ask Kyle over at Baratza, I think the reason is, on most burrs, the center burr is the one that rotates. It's attached to the motor in one way or another, one fashion or another. And the outer burr stays stationary. This one's just the opposite. The outer burr rotates, and the inner burr is stationary. And so you have a bigger mass going around. I have a feeling that's why it's grinding more coffee faster, or less coffee, the same amount of coffee faster than the Mignon. That's my guess. I haven't actually asked what makes that happen. The Sette, as you can see, it is shaped kind of in number 7, and that is what Sette means in Italian, number 7. Has your gate valve as well to shut it on and off if you want to remove the burrs. And it says open and close, so you know what's going on. Oops, just hit a button. I'm glad nothing came on. I don't know if I mentioned it. Yes, I did, 8 and 10. So down here is your adjustment ring. The top ring for the courses where you're going to start. Fine over here, course over here, 31 settings. And this is step. You can hear it clicking. Now, down here is your macro setting, and this is infinite. This is stepless. Course over here, and fine over here. So that's a little bit different. Also, right down here, this is a portafilter holder, or I can change it from portafilter up to get it out of the way so it's a container. Put a container under there. And also, it's going to be hard for you guys to see, but there's a little lever here that when you put your portafilter in, it hooks it, and so it just balances in there. Nice looking grinders. I like them both. This one's really fast. This one here is not quite as fast. Infinite, I would say I don't know. They're both going to be very comparable. I think you might have a little bit more adjustment within the range on this. These both will do everything from espresso up to like a pour over, something like Chemex. And here, we did it right here. This is the, what do we got going on here? It goes like this. This is the coarsest on the Mignon, and you can see it's fairly coarse. And this is the finest, very, very fine. It's almost like talc. It goes real fine. Here's the coarsest on the Sette, a little more consistent, I think. And the finest isn't quite as fine. So a little wider range on this, but this one isn't, on French, or not French, pour over isn't quite as consistent as the Sette. So they both have their, they both have really good points. So those two grinders. The other thing I wanted to show you is in about 4 seconds what you're going to get out of each one of them. And listen to the volume. All right, that's 4 seconds on the, that's what you got. 4.1 on this, and I'll take it down. Four seconds on the Sette. When I say it's faster, there you go. The other thing on the Sette, if you don't want to use the programming mode, you can hold this on. Get as much as you want and then stop. Guess you have to hold it on a little longer than I anticipated. So there is a basic comparison of these two machines, both great grinders, both in that same price point. Check them out on our webpage. This one is going to be available very, very soon. It's by the time we get this aired, I'm thinking a couple of weeks beyond that, maybe 6 weeks. I'm not sure exactly, but it will be available. This one's on our webpage now. If you have any questions, refer to the stats, ask those questions, call us up, write in, or comments down below. We always like to hear. I bet you some of you guys have the Mignon out there. I want to know what you think about it. And I know we're already getting a lot of questions and comments about the Sette because it's been out there. It was featured at the SCAA show this year. So check them out, comments, subscribe, and stay tuned for another comparison. I'm sure we'll be doing more.